windy out. A regular mat air pad underneath here. Got the peak AC regular with the X-Pen large pillow. Got the Enlightened equipment Revelation X. There's the other vestibule. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this handles condensation.
Okay, I'm doing a voiceover in this section because the camera shake was really loud and annoying. I'm 6'2", and there's about 6 inches from my feet to the end of the tent there. And when I sat up inside the tent, it's about 39 or 40 inches of headroom from the floor to the arch pole. And wasn't too bad. I had to tilt my head down a little bit, but nothing that really caused me any kind of concern. What I did like was the inner tent. It sat nice and far away from the rainfly, which is definitely going to help with condensation. There's ventilation flaps up on the arch pole here, and these secure up really nicely. I was just kind of bumbling around with the camera, so didn't really get a chance to secure it real well, but it does stay up and in place. It was definitely a windy day, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to see how this tent would hold up in wind and rain. And on the other side, you have the same thing. You have another zippered vestibule door, more ventilation. And again, the inner tent sits nice and far away from the rainfly. There's only a few contact points where the inner tent and the rainfly touch. So with the fly staying away, it really does help with condensation. I was a little concerned about these top ventilation with heavy rain, if it was going to leak. And this night I was on the trip, it rained for 5 hours and not a single drop came in. At the foot and the head, there's the triangular guy lines that stake out the front and back. And those triangular patterns right there, they can be rolled up. And so you can get ventilation from all 4 sides, which is nice. The side flies, you can raise right up the arch pole. And so you can give yourself up to about a foot more ventilation or lower it back down. As far as space goes, the bottom floor, it extends out and you can narrow it to give yourself a larger vestibule and a smaller sleeping area, or a larger sleeping area and a smaller vestibule. Definitely, unless you're a small person, it's not going to be too comfortable putting a pack inside the tent with you. So you can create a smaller sleeping area and a larger vestibule.
Almost 12 o'clock midnight, and it's raining and blowing really hard here. I don't know how well you can see it, but so far I'm dry as really dry in here. Got water on the outside, but just put my hand up on the seams and nothing coming through. So a good seam seal job, and I put 2 extra guy lines out for the wind. It's coming down pretty good, but so far so good. It rained straight through till about 5 a.m. and really dry. Stayed dry the entire time. So it was a good seam sealing job from Henry Shires. I asked them to seam seal it, and it held up real well. I had the 2 extra guy lines out. That wind was really fierce, but nothing. No condensation. Everything's fine, and not a drop of water in.